Which one do you want?
That's why I didn't touch her.
Right, so shut your
That's why I'm shutting up.
Thank you.
Because I'm tired of you. All you do is talk shit.
Shut up.
All you do is talk shit.
Shut up.
All you do is talk shit. We're doing it.
Do not grab me. Do not grab me.
I'm not
grab
move.
I'm about to throw you in handcuffs.
I don't care.
Knock it off. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Okay, I'm gonna
I didn't do nothing to you. I didn't do nothing to you.
On June 1st, 2025, officers responded to a domestic disturbance call involving a verbal altercation between an 18-year-old mother and her grandmother. When officers arrived, the subject directed sustained profanity and hostility toward both the grandmother and the responding officers.
You disrespectful. No, you disrespectful. You think because you old, you can talk to people however you want. No, the you can't. I'ma smack your ass. Keep saying shit to me, bitch. I'm tired of her. She think just because she old, she can keep talking to people. Do it. You didn't see. Look, you see how the way she talk. That's not my grandma. I don't know who the f she is. I'm ready to go home. You gonna take me and my daughter home or what?
Where do you live, man?
Right there in the River West.
I can take you to River West.
You can?
If I absolutely can.
Take us.
If that will resolve this, then I will happily take you to River West.
I don't know. She just always says something.
Who do you stay in River West with?
Her ugly ass. I'm finna move and get my own apartment.
Okay. So who is she to you?
Nobody. I don't know who she is.
Well, obviously you live with her, so.
I don't know who she is, like I said.
Okay. If you're not going to be cooperative with me and help me out here, then I'm not going to be cooperative with you.
Okay, don't be cooperative with me. You don't have to stand right here. Nobody asked you to.
Okay.
No, stop saying stuff to me. Why are you, we all the way in the car. I'm trying to play the music. She's still talking. She mad because I'm telling her, because I said, ooh, I wish I would say that video. I wish I would say that.
How old are you?
But I will though.
How old are you?
I'm 18. How old are you?
Significantly older than 18.
I don't care.
Yeah, find out more.
That statement doesn't make much sense. Whose child?
This is my child. The statement don't make no sense because my grandma is old as hell. That little girl disrespectful, bro. It's just so much. Like, I can't even say. First of all, she just thinks just because she's so old that she can keep saying stuff to people however she wants. I don't give a how old she is. You ain't gonna keep disrespecting.
Then by all means, when you get down to River West, pack your shit and get out.
That's what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Then that's not a problem then.
Okay, and it's not a problem.
Then we solved that.
How about you help me, bitch?
Number one.
Number one.
You watch your mouth with me.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Don't say nothing about me packing up if you're not gonna help me.
I got no reason to help you.
So don't tell me what to do.
You're the one over here running your mouth.
Sorry, I'm in there for 23.
Okay?
I didn't touch her, but she better be lucky I didn't touch her.
Go ahead. You can go to county and your kid can go to DCFS. Which one do you want?
That's why I didn't touch her.
Right, so shut your
That's
eye
why
hole.
I'm shutting up.
Thank you.
Stop saying stuff to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's Grandma want?
Her to go somewhere else.
Okay.
Okay.
So, where are you trying to go?
My auntie house.
Where's that?
What you here for? It's, hold on, let me call her.
Up the hill, down the south.
It's right here. It's right by her house.
I'm honestly not trying to get
Hey,
out.
if you don't get along with your grandma, that's one thing, but
It's
you
one
have
thing,
you have
but
your daughter to look after. I mean, you got to worry about that, not this.
listen, where y'all at? Okay, I'm gonna come over there. What's your address again? Okay, the police will drop me off because Grandma stayed in
South Webster. It's a good place for her.
And I threw her purse on and she stopped the car. And
He's 15.
Oh.
He's down at the station.
She talks about everybody like a dog. She even talk about Charlotte. So I don't give a f. I know she talking about me if she talking about Charlotte. She talked about Leah like a dog, and Leah steady come back over.
What's the address?
What's the address on Webster?
Wasn't she or wasn't
I'm trying to help you. I'm going to give you a ride over there. You can yell at me.
What's your address?
Or you can walk.
I will walk.
Okay, go ahead.
Nice day.
Here I come, listen. Okay.
Sometimes get this way when you hit 18.
Y'all don't understand.
Grab your stuff. Let's go.
Why are you saying stuff to me?
Because I'm here because you're acting up. That's why I'm here.
Because y'all pissing me off. Look, she telling me to calm down. You calm down.
Put your stuff in the bag and let's go.
Because I'm tired of you. All you do is talk shit.
Shut up.
All you do is talk shit.
Shut up.
All you do is talk shit. All you do is talk. Don't see you overdoing it.
Do not grab me. Do not grab me.
I'm not going to move.
I'm about to throw you in handcuffs.
I don't care.
Knock it off. Grab your bag and let's go. Walk.
Can I get my daughter?
That's her daughter.
Okay.
Stop staring me in my face. What the f?
You need to learn your.
It's locked. Here, let me unlock it.
I don't have to learn shit. I'm tired of these people. What the if y'all ain't no, you overdoing
Okay, put your hands behind your back. Put your hands. Put your hands behind your back.
I'm tired of this shit.
Okay, I'm
No,
gonna
I
tase
didn't do
you.
nothing to you. I didn't do nothing to you. Fucking idiot. Everything all on me, all because.
Now step out here. Bring your hands behind your back.
Oh my God. You always do this shit now.
You're the one that put yourself in this position.
You grab my hand, you slam a door into me. We're not playing this game. You're going to jail.
Oh my God.
Can I put it in your? Yeah, I'll walk her across the way.
Huh?
Come on, we're going to my car.
I'm trying to. Can I do it?
No, you're not. Do you have anything on you that's going to poke me, stick me, or cut me?
Just face the view. Stop it.
She done. I hate her ass, bro.
She didn't cause this.
Yes, she did cause this. Yes, y'all don't know how she
What caused
is.
this was you acting up and throwing a door into me.
You could have just walked out like an adult. Instead, you did this.
Now you get to go to jail.
You good?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Upset.
It's always so. You got her name?
No. I do not yet. What's your name? What's your name? Okay. She does not want to get it. Will they take that? Is that too
That's your
big?
purse. They'll take it.
Okay. Perfect. Go ahead.
You have everything necessary for the baby.
I'm gonna.
They do.
No, she's cooked. You can
There
call a
was
wagon.
nothing else besides this.
Let me run it real quick and see. But what are you doing? You're acting more mature than your child.
I don't care. Y'all ruining my day. Damn, she didn't have to say shit to me. I hate it here. When is he coming? Please.
I don't know. I called for them. They're on their way.
Step out to get fresh air. It's hot in here. Please.
I'll roll your window down. Is that better?
I already have.
You have child and all
I
that?
have child, sister, and
Perfect.
grandma.
Thank you. All of them, please.
There you are.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You have your keys, correct? You're able to drive?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Your bubble gum and your whatever this is.
I don't want it.
What's going in your purse, okay? It's your property. Your purse.
Bro, why are you in my purse? Like, what the
It's your property.
f***? You don't get to just do whatever you want.
That's where you're
Take care of
incorrect.
my purse. I don't want it. Throw it.
I'm not
You
doing
take care
that.
of my
That's
purse.
littering.
That's not mine.
It was on your person, in your coat.
God, when is he coming? Like, why the f*** I have to come with you? I'd rather be a black police than your ass. You.
That sucks.
What?
3300 block. airport.
Oh my God. When is my leaving? So I can just hurry up and do my time.
Whenever the transport wagon gets here, they are on their way. You need to be patient.
Like, why can I just walk? Why does y'all have to be all in my personal space? Then you blocking my...
We're having a meltdown. We're having a meltdown.
We'll put that on the booking slip to have mental health talk to her at the jail. They'll come out in the morning. They always come out on Monday when the ladies come. We'll put it on for mental health talk to her. She could be having issues with the baby and all that. Oh, she's fine, man. She's not the first person to kick our car. Back down to the station.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. That's fine, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
Yep. No, we're gonna go meet them. We're gonna go meet them at the police department.
For what?
So it's quicker. She's feisty. Feisty. You just want this?
Yeah.
Okay.
15 copy.
Yeah, that'll.
Well, they'll take some of that. Not the food or the drink, but
Chuck the chips.
yeah.
Let you guys do that.
Drink.
We have minutes around you back now.
Piece of food.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Camera's up for me. You got anything on you that's gonna poke or stick me? No. It's gonna be a little uncomfortable. You're gonna have to get the custom check first things off.
Thank you. Can you stop spitting everywhere? Goodness.
Let's examine the constitutional framework.
Under the First Amendment, as affirmed by the Supreme Court in City of Houston versus Hill, verbal insults and profanity directed at law enforcement officers constitute protected speech. Officers may not lawfully arrest an individual solely on the basis of offensive language. At this stage, no criminal threshold had been crossed. A responding officer offered the subject transportation to a relative's home, a textbook. De-escalation measure consistent with domestic disturbance best practices. However, the officer also stated on camera, "If you're not going to be cooperative with me, I'm not going to be cooperative with you." Modern de-escalation doctrine requires officers to maintain professional composure regardless of the subject's conduct. Matching emotional escalation contradicts that standard. The legal inflection point occurred when the subject allegedly grabbed the officer's hand and slammed a door into them while being directed to collect her belongings. Physical contact against a law enforcement officer in the performance of duty crosses from protected speech into criminal conduct under battery and resisting arrest statutes. The Supreme Court established in Graham versus Connor that the reasonableness of an officer's response to force must be evaluated from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene at the moment of decision, not with the benefit of hindsight. Applied here, the subject's prior verbal hostility, combined with the alleged physical contact, provided legally sufficient grounds for a custodial arrest. Officers issued repeated verbal commands before initiating physical restraint. This progression, verbal commands, then controlled restraint, is consistent with standard use of force continuum protocols. Following the arrest, officers conducted a search of the subject's person and property. This is constitutionally permissible under the search incident to lawful arrest exception established in Chimel versus California. Officers also noted the subject's probationary status. Under standard probation conditions, A new criminal arrest constitutes a potential violation, compounding the legal consequences of this encounter significantly. With the subject's infant present at the scene, officers bore a legal obligation to ensure the child's welfare. When a custodial parent is taken into custody, law enforcement must secure a responsible caregiver or notify Child Protective Services. Officers address this obligation, directly confirming the infant had necessary supplies and arranging custody with the grandmother. This reflects proper adherence to child welfare protocol. One officer noted a mental health referral on the booking slip. This proactive step aligns with emerging law enforcement standards that recognize behavioral escalation as potentially linked to mental health needs requiring professional intervention. At the time of this analysis, no court records or public filings confirming the disposition of charges could be verified. The subject was charged with resisting arrest per the officer's on-camera statement. Any charges arising solely from verbal conduct would face significant constitutional challenges. The resisting arrest charge, however, appears supported by probable cause based on the physical contact described in the footage. The responding officer receives a B. The initial de-escalation effort offering transportation was tactically sound. The arrest was legally grounded in probable cause. Post-arrest child welfare protocol was handled appropriately. The deduction reflects one lapse: the officer's verbal reciprocation of the subject's hostility. Under de-escalation standards, officers are trained to lower emotional temperature, not match it. The subject receives a D. Her verbal conduct was constitutionally protected throughout. However, the alleged physical contact with the officer eliminated that protection entirely and provided the legal basis for her arrest. She was warned explicitly on camera that escalation would result in jail and her child entering DCF custody. She acknowledged the warning and escalated regardless. Her probationary status made this outcome substantially more damaging. The grandmother receives an A-. She utilized law enforcement appropriately, cooperated with officers throughout, and provided stable care for the infant following the arrest, fulfilling the role of responsible complainant under difficult circumstances. Key takeaways from this incident. First, the First Amendment protects offensive speech directed at law enforcement. Verbal frustration is not a crime. Physical contact is. Second, when lawfully arrested, the correct response is compliance, not resistance. The right to challenge an unlawful arrest exists in court, not in the street. Resistance creates new charges regardless of the underlying merits. Third, probationary status elevates every law enforcement encounter. A single new arrest can trigger revocation proceedings independent of whether the new charge is ultimately sustained. Fourth, officers must maintain professional conduct independent of the subject's behavior. De-escalation is a legal and tactical obligation, not a courtesy extended only when it is easy. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our second channel, Audit the Court, for even more police interaction and courtroom content.